So, hello and welcome along to episode 13. Usually unlucky for some, but I think it's maybe just unlucky for the listeners that are still actually listening to us talking a load of shit.
If this is the last episode, then this might be unlucky 13 for us as well. You never know.
No, I doubt it's unlucky. Obviously, we're getting orders in thick and fast. From some of the listeners. We've had some orders for mugs, a couple of t-shirt orders, so everything looking good already, which is good to see, and showing that obviously we do have people that are listening in every week, even the ones that are still trying to catch up from about 3 weeks ago. David Sim.
Yep.
So
your brother's also got a tea towel, which he's now actually turned into a towel for his golf club.
Even better, eh?
It'll be on his golf bag soon, he says.
Tea towels either.
Yeah, tea towels as well. We've got a tea towel.
There we go. I'm gonna have to look out. I believe our supplier dropped off some stuff at the house, so I'm gonna have to see it tomorrow when I pop in before the game. But yeah, so episode 13, we've got a review of the Blaze and Steelers weekend, the last finally of our 200 attendance games. Then look ahead at our full capacity game against the Manchester Storm and also the Nottingham Panthers away from home. And then obviously we will have our senior versus junior stars tenable, where it's me that's in the hot seat this week. So can I get more than 4 out of 10? Sorry, 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Yeah, I'm not caring what anybody says. It's 4 out of 5. 80%.
Yeah, something along those lines.
But never mind. It's a 4-point podcast.
It is. It's a 4-point podcast, and that should have been my ticker this week. Was 4-point podcast.
Told you last week. 4-point podcast. Yeah, happy days.
What a turnaround, considering our midweek showing in Cardiff in the Cup. I think we were all fearing the worst for the weekend, especially coming up against a Blaze side who's beat us heavily down there, and also a Sheffield side that were on a 9-game winning streak. So, Stars against Coventry Blaze on Saturday, the 22nd of January. Goals from Sebastian Bengtsson again, feeding up that humble pie for a certain someone at 37-22.
He's going to be so overweight by the end of the season, I'll tell you. Sebby keeps scoring like that. He's going to be so overweight with humble pie.
Yeah. It says Dylan Lawrence here, but I still believe it was scored by Alex Rongier at 51-37 on the power play. And then there was no doubt about the empty net goal at 55-48, again by Alex Rongier. And the biggest thing for me in that game was the shutout for Adam Morrison.
Yeah.
Thoroughly deserved after the shit he's put up with the last few weeks.
Yeah. I think we Mo, he deserved it. I think overall, I think the team deserved it. It was sort of like, it was like a real gritty game. It could have went either way. And I think Coventry had the better chances, the grade A chances, as Omar would call them. They had the better grade A chances. But Mo stood strong. Defensively, I thought we were really, really strong as well. And that was the defence and the forwards. But Mo was, head and shoulders. Yeah. And he did prove a lot of people wrong. He never proved me wrong. I know he could do it. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. We've got a good goalie. And he proved on Saturday and Sunday, but certainly on Saturday, he proved what he could do. And as the game went longer and longer, I was just dreading, and nobody said it, which was good, because the word normally comes out, let's hope Mo gets a shot out. So did I.
I was thinking it. I'm going, don't say it. Well, nobody fucking say it.
I was just saying, I was hoping that he got there, and I was absolutely delighted that he did.
Yeah, definitely. You know what? See, even for me, I don't think it was a great performance by us. I thought we were steady. We did the basics right. We got, as you say, and Omar says it, those grade A chances, and we took them when we needed to. But I actually think we could have been about 3 or 4-0 down at one point. I think it was even in the first period. I think Coventry, there was an onslaught. Coventry just kept going back and back and back, and Mo stood on his head. And to credit to the D as well, they got rid of the shit that we've been saying you need to get rid of.
I thought it was like Last Orders at the bell to hit the post that many times. I was like, what's this? Last Orders, ding, ding, ding. It was ridiculous how many times I hit the iron. Like,
yeah, I didn't think it was our best performance, and it kind of. I was walking out thinking, if we play like that tomorrow, we won't win certainly if we played that way. But I don't know if it was maybe just we were having to deal with Gabe not playing. Obviously, Desjardins was a scratch for the game, with Chris still being out. But no, it was 2 points. And I actually said it. A lot of people were saying that some people actually said we played really badly, and we played a kind of gritty kind of game where we were just kind of looking at not even counter attack, but just if we can get out and get a chance, try and take it. But I think with Coventry, it was the same when we were down there. We played our game plan down there when they were down 5 imports, and they embarrassed with.
Yeah.
So change the game plan a little bit by Omar and the team. Could possibly have been what we needed to beat them. I think we knew that we couldn't play the game that we wanted to play against them. And
for
I don't
me,
think Danny Stewart had an answer for it.
Yeah, for me, if you think we've just came off a 6-1 pumping for Cardiff, right?
Yeah.
The guys wouldn't have been feeling good about themselves.
No.
Adam wouldn't have been feeling good about his performance in Cardiff. And how do you come out and play on the back of that? For me, you can't go out and play gung-ho ice hockey, right?
No.
We've just shipped in 6 down there. We had to shut up shop and change the tactics to suit the occasion. Yep. And it wasn't even, as you say, let's try and hit them on the break and play counter-attack. It was, let's sit in defensively and hold out as best we can and let the game develop from there. We got on at 0-0, and then that was probably a positive for them. We've lasted 20 minutes without getting a goal scored against us. We've went in level. Let's take the next step again, and let's see what happens from there. And then we get the lead, and then it extends again, and then we get the empty netter. I think it was like the perfect game plan, considering we just came off a 6-1 pumping for Cardiff. I think, what else could you say? Yeah. It's 2 points, It's 2 points at the end of the day. I don't care how we get the 2 points.
Exactly.
It wasn't pretty. At times it was not pretty to watch, but they ground it out. And that's how you can ask.
Grind out the result, and that's all you want.
Yeah.
So we knew it was going to have to be a different performance come Sunday against the Steelers. And it was a different performance. Now, obviously, the news then broke that Michael Poirier was also injured, so we were another D-man down. But a 3-2 victory for the Stars. So goals from Sebastian Benson again at 10:55. Tying goal by your wee hockey friend, Robert Dowd at 13:24. Then,
I've said that all along with Robert Dowd, top guy, always say that.
Oh my God, sitting here slating him the other week when he dropped the gloves with Songs and punched him when he was lying on the ice.
He's a wee dick.
I've lost a lot of respect for him. And then wee thumbs up in the warm up to him and everything. Hey, Robert.
Well, listen, what could you do? The guy looks up, gives you the wave. You're like, all right, mate.
He didn't even wave at you.
He gave us the nod and the wink. He knew.
Oh, honestly. Another quick fire goal at the start of a period. So Marc-Olivier Valorant at 20:52 on the power play. And then one of our own stepping up, 25:18, Craig Garrigan, assisted by Timmy Nottingham. And then
delighted for young Craig,
yeah, definitely. And 51:43, our boy Charlie Combs with the game winner to give us that 3-2 victory and 4-point weekend. What was your thoughts? Sorry, folks, I think Larzo has frozen on this one. Again, his ever unprofessional has kicked in. So I will give my views on the game. I thought Stars played really well. Again, it was a different type of performance that we had to give, considering how we thought we played on the Saturday. We knew we had to take chances when we did, and I thought, there was 2 chances that we had one-on-ones. I think Saunch was one of them and Combs was another, and I thought, that's it. That's the chance is gone. But no, Charlie steps up in the third period and gets that goal for the Stars to get a 2-point win and that 4-point weekend. So, how does that make the league look? Well, it makes it look a lot better even for the Stars anyway. So, 24 games played with 21 points. Obviously, we are now starting to kind of climb up that table with 2 points behind Guildford with 3 games in hand. 2 points behind Glasgow. They've got a game in hand. But also only 6 points behind Nottingham with 2 games in hand. And then that brings us also to the preview side of things, where this weekend is going to be a 4-point game against the Panthers. And Larzo has now unfrozen and rejoined the podcast this week.
Right. So, you froze, you disappeared, could not hear a word you were saying, and then it went off and I've came back on again. I have not touched anything. It's you. You're at it.
I've been on the whole time.
So I heard you saying Charlie Combs steps up with the game winner, and then went and look at the assist again. We're man Dorovic, and then that was it. You disappeared, and then the next thing I went off.
Yeah, no, I've not disappeared once in senior here.
Listen, if you want to do the podcast yourself, just tell us. Don't keep cutting us off every week, right? Don't sit there a big fucking Billy Big Boys, right? A view for our broth, okay?
Oh, a view for my drum seat.
Honestly, God, I can't believe this is what's going on now. You're trying to bump us for this.
It's going to be funny. It's going to be funny watching this one back before we put it on and put it up on the socials. I kept running with it because we were already 13 minutes in. I just kept running with it.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, see if I've got to start this again. This is going to be a nightmare.
I gave my opinion on it, Larzo. So that 3-2 win, give us your opinion now then.
Oh, I'll tell you, it's, outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. As you say, when we come in and we're Gabe missing, we're Poirier missing, and you're thinking, man, we're going to struggle here. But that performance has to be up there with one of the best performances of the year. Definitely. Mo, again, another top-class performance. But for me, man of the match, without a shadow of a doubt. I've said it on my own socials this week. Get the contract in front of him now.
Yes.
Spencer Dorovic.
100%.
What an absolute player we've got now.
Yeah.
And it does not matter what line you put him on. He brings that line alive.
Yep. Yeah. It's just his passion and his work rate. I would honestly say he's got the best work rate in the team. Even when if we're down and out in games, even in Cardiff when we were losing 6-1, he was still forechecking like hell and putting guys into the boards and that. I said it a few weeks back when we did our halfway review on who our best forward is and who's been our surprise signing and that. And also I said it that Dorovic was our best forward. It's not just all about points production. It's what brings the rest of the team alive, and he does it every single game. Lifetime contract. I agree with you, Larzo. Lifetime contract. Omar, Mr. Ward, get him signed up.
Get it done. Spencer Dorovic.
At least get another 2-year deal on that. Get him the uni deal next year for 2-year deal.
Yeah, great.
Get him signed up.
And you know what? I think he's surprising a lot of teams. I think when teams look at him, I think they're thinking, this guy's a grinder, that's it. He's got nothing. But you've seen the coast-to-coast goal that he scored the other week. The move was near enough the same, except this time he flips it back and Charlie's there to finish it. And then even when he skates towards Charlie after Charlie's scored, he's crouching down a wee bit and you could see it in his face. He's loving it. Absolutely loving it. And at this point in time, we've spoken before about heartbeats of the team. You know, Justin Farina, heartbeat of the team.
Yeah.
Kyle Haas is probably a different kind of heartbeat of the team. But for the forwards, it's Dorovic. It's Dorovic. It doesn't matter how many goals Charlie will score or wee Sonche will score. Dorovic will always be there or thereabout. And it's obviously the whole work rate.
Yeah. Looking at kind of points production that just now, so top goal scorer is now Sebastian Bengtsson with 11 goals. And it's just that little spurt he's went on. He went the first 10, 11 games, 12 games without scoring, and then all of a sudden it's just he's went for it. We said it a few weeks back, when he's kind of first started chipping in with the goals, it's like he was playing for a contract, like proving his position. But 11 goals for Seb.
What did we say about Martin Vita? What did we say about Martin Vita?
Yeah.
When Martin Vita played Ari years ago. The points, he brought someone else, and every so often he'd chip in with really, really crucial goals.
Yeah.
Sebby's done that for a while now,
Yeah. Desjardins top assists currently for 15. Combs behind him on 12, but obviously top point scorer is Charlie Combs on 21 points in 24 games. Seb, 20 points in 21, and Desjardins, 19 in 21. So top 3 point scorers there.
Yeah.
And again, steady job from the forwards. And it's good to see that, Charlie and Gabe are on that same line now, but Seb's on the other line with Sills. And he's now started to put the points back up again as well. And now that third line, if you want to call it the third line, Latin and Lawrence, they're now starting chipping in again with points here and there. So point scoring is coming all over the board, which is really good to see. Considering, in years gone by, we've probably relied heavily on maybe one line to get the goals and win games. But looking healthier in the league. Obviously, bring it on. As I said, we're only 6 points off Nottingham, and
it's the league positions are ridiculous. You lost a game, you go out the playoffs.
Yeah,
you win a game, you're suddenly up to about 5th or 6th.
Yeah, and this weekend's definitely going to be a 4-point game in Nottingham. But firstly, Manchester on Saturday. We've played them twice up here now. Once.
I think I've missed them twice.
You missed them twice, and twice we've won.
I think so.
Yeah, so twice we've won.
So you want me to sit in the house then?
Yeah, you're not getting. So played them down there, and we've lost both games. And when we've played them up here, we've won. Mr. Springer, again, he was very quiet the last game. First game, obviously, took that penalty late on, which cost them the game effectively. And then very quiet in that last one we played against them. But
listen, he was quiet. He was quiet the last game because he got his tatty hand at Tom down in Manchester for Kyle. Let's be honest.
I think he knows that
if he wants to come out and try and prove himself, then Kyle will stand there.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle will stand there, and he'll go with him. But I think Springer realises, and he fought last week. He fought the guy Bookabum. I think Bookabum's much of a fighter, to be honest with you.
I think he can handle himself, but he's not a fighter.
He's not a fighter. I think Springer's at that point in his career where if he's going to fight, he's going to have to pick certain fights.
Yeah.
And I think fighting a real tough guy isn't really for him now.
No.
And a younger tough guy.
Yeah. But again, Manchester, the game could go either way. It's very, very close on paper. Again, very close in the standings. In terms of results-wise as well, very close. It's a must-win for us. Again, it's another 4-point game.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a must-win as well.
Yeah, and
we've got to get closer to them, and it'll depend on what Stars team turns up, and it'll also depend on what Manchester team turns up.
Yeah,
because Finners can get them playing the gritty game, or he can get them playing some nice flowing ice hockey. We know Manchester could do it. They've got some good players there.
Yeah.
Both their goalies, both their import goalies are good. They're brick goalies.
Backups goalie. Yeah, I think he's out injured as well just now. He wasn't on the bench the last time. It was the young Fife laddie that was on the bench the last time. That lives down in Manchester. Downey, his name was.
Yeah. They're a decent team, like.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing. I think every team's decent. Maybe bar Fife, but every team's decent this year.
We're sitting saying that everybody's a decent team bar Fife, and guess what team we've not beat in the league?
I know, but
Fife.
Listen. We said it at the start of the podcast. If that's the only game that they win every year is against us, that's the only game they want to play in. Then
that's
let them do that, and we'll
let them play Dundee
other games. But yeah, a must win for us on Saturday. And we say that you win your home games and hope for the best on the road, which takes me into Nottingham on the Sunday. To be honest, me personally, I'm not expecting much. I think Nottingham are a very much changed team since Wallace has been relieved of his duties.
Yeah.
And Matheson and Stevie Lee's taken over.
Yeah.
I think they'll win. But in saying that, we've went in there twice this year and lost twice in overtime. Well, sorry, once in overtime, one in regulation, but both 2-1 or 3-2, whatever it was. It was only a 1-goal game. So you could get something out of it.
For me, they'll be smarting for the other week.
Yeah.
When we beat them up here.
And they're at the end of their 3-game weekend.
They were at the end of that. They hung in. I think at the time we'd said that we deserved to win that. It should never have got to overtime. And it's probably one of the poorer Nottingham teams, but they've still got good players. Yeah. And they've got a good goalie in Kevin Carr. And if they turn it on, they could do us. For me, looking at this game, if we take a point, I'd be happy with a point. If we get 2 points, I'll be delighted.
Yeah.
If we want to progress up that league, the way we're saying we're going to progress, right, we need to take someone out of Nottingham to get closer to Nottingham.
Yeah. As I say, we were hoping for 5th place, but if it's
I think that was maybe ambitious. I think we probably said 5th or 6th. We would be happy with.
Hope for the 6th place.
Certainly the next thing you've got 5th or 6th.
Yeah, and the next thing you've got to think of as well is how high are you wanting to finish in terms of who you're going to get in the playoffs.
Don't care less. Don't care less. I'll finish top league if we need to be.
I mean,
you're going to.
What one would you avoid? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, so you finish 4th, 5th.
I would take any of them.
Yeah.
I would take any of them.
With the way we know we can play, you take any of them.
Any of them. We could. And
on our game.
We have beaten every one of them in Dundee.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't think it really matters. I don't think we're a team that could actually play positions for playoffs. I think we're a team that we have to qualify for the playoffs. It's as simple as that. And take who we get.
Yeah.
Who would we stand a better chance again? I'd probably think Belfast, if anything, believe it or not.
You think?
Just because we've done really well in Belfast over the past few years. We've came away with good results in Belfast. We don't really do that well in Sheffield. We don't really do that well in Nottingham. and we've picked up a win every so often at Cardiff. But Belfast could be the one if we did have to pick. If we had to pick anybody, but come on.
Like you say, it's the arena and how the players feel in the arena, and they might just like that rink more, eh?
Yeah. I don't like Nottingham. I don't like spectating when we were at Nottingham.
I just hate Nottingham.
I just don't like the arena at all. But you know what? We're maybe getting ahead of ourselves. We might not even get there. What 3 points is what I'm looking for. Definitely two. Definitely two. And it has to be for me, the one we'll have to win is the Manchester one.
In regulation. Can't be in overtime or penalty shots. It's got to be a regulation win.
Regulation win, and just if we get a point out of Nottingham, fantastic. If we get 2 points and come out with another 4-point weekend,
we're laughing.
We're laughing. Yep.
Yeah. Definitely. No, I agree with that. So that takes us on to, and very early. We're only 30 minutes in here this week.
Doing well.
Lars is not speaking as much shit this week.
It's you. It's not me. You're the one. But listen, we've got to go through your tenable. This could take an hour, or it could take about 2 minutes, because you can't how much you're cheating with shite that you are. Right? You were sitting saying before we came on here, right, that one of your mates was giving it.
We used to do it all the time.
I could vouch that he's no cheating. We used to
do it all the time.
He used to beat me all the time at the rink. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Listen, we never said it was at the rink. We went for a massive walk. True story. We went for a massive walk up the Sidlows one day, and we actually went through every player from every season. Now, God, that was a few years ago now, so we never had like the last maybe 4 or 5 seasons, but every player right the way through, we were going through the roster, trying to name one each. So you remember players?
Yeah.
Grant just stood there because obviously he just started coming when we had big time hockey.
That's maybe because Grant thinks you're a wee cheating with shite as well, though. You know what I mean? Maybe that's how he just stood there. Telling you, you're at it.
Oh dear. Right, come on then. So what shithousery have you and McNichol got for us then?
No, McNichol said not to David this, by the way. I'm still. It just goes to show, doesn't it? It goes to show that I gave you it tight last week, and the minute the podcast goes out, the guy that runs the Dode Fox podcast tweets you saying you're at it.
Saying it. He's listening to you saying it.
Not at all. Not at all. He knows. He knows.
Obviously got the brains for mum then, eh?
And I've also, speaking about the Dode Fox podcast, I've also been chipping Ronnie Costello because I'm looking to try and get a gig as an announcer at Tannadice as well now.
I saw that. I'm surprised Andy McCartney's not came back to you because you said you wanted the Stars gig as well.
We've went back. We've sort of started going back and forward now. So, and somebody else just came up saying, "Oh, I think Larzo would be good at it." You know, the fans want it, Andrew. If you're listening, the fans want it.
I've always
senior for the announcing. Woo!
I've always been interested in doing it as well. You announce the players' names and you get them. Well, it'd be amazing, eh? I'd have great fun on that microphone as well. Yeah. And saying that, probably calls some fife or someone things that we kind of call them over a microphone. So,
well, see, that's
in saying that, David Sims gets away with it. Then Sheffield play Nottingham, he gets away with over the PA system.
Yeah. Sorry, but you wouldn't get the gig as the announcer. Stuff that comes out of your mythic games, honestly, God. Right.
Hello?
I'm comic games now.
When I seen that the other week against who was it we were playing?
Nottingham.
Lars went on a tirade that I've not seen him on a tirade for God knows how long.
A few years, yeah.
Shannon was gobsmacked at you. Absolutely gobsmacked.
Yeah. She normally, get what it is, the reason she was gobsmacked is because she was sitting next to us. Normally she sits in front of us and she feels me just leaning across. And when my head's level with her, she thinks he's going. Yeah, that wasn't bad. That was just the first time for a wee while, eh?
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
So, Stars tenable.
Tenable.
Same format as last week. Okay. So, top 5 out of 10. Okay. Players all time. What is
sorry,
that?
I just had a thought there. A tenable, right? Who hosts tenable?
Warwick Davis.
Aye, and then we've got the complete opposite. Somebody who's 6'5" in this one.
Actually, can't be saying that. We'll get into trouble. People will be complaining.
Oh God! I just had that thought there, just like the contrast.
He was at the bottom of the tenable tower. I was at the top.
Oh dear!
Right, enough of the hilarity.
Game faces there.
Game faces on, right? So, points per game averages. Okay. So you know what points per game averages?
No shithousery here. Jeez, aloo.
Right. Okay. So all I need is for you to give me 5 out of the top 10 all-time Dundee Stars players points per game.
Okay.
Right.
So
how it works out. All right.
So there's going to be some in there SNL where we didn't play a lot of games and big point scoring, right? So 2 straight away. John Dolan and John Haig. Okay?
Okay.
Thinking back, BNL years.
So you've only got 3 guesses left now.
Yeah. So thinking back, BNL years, big point scorers. Probably say Teeder win.
Okay. You see the wee wheels going round in your head.
Yeah. I want to say Tony. I'm going to say Tony Hand. He's got to be up there with the amount of points he's scored.
Okay. And you've got one more guess.
You know what? I'm going to go more modern. I'm trying to think if there's going to be a... Now, right, listen. There's not going to be someone in here that's like they played 2 games and had 6 points or something, is there?
No.
Okay. I thought you were going to throw something out, a spanner in the works there. It could be like Bencharski or Damon Rycroft, as he was later known as.
Maybe yes.
Gonna go more modern.
Right.
Have one from each of the Stars eras, SNL era, BNL, and Elite League.
Right.
I'm going to go for Justin Farina.
Okay. Is that your 5? So you've went with JD, Teeder, John Haig, Tony, and Juice.
Yeah. There's somebody else in my head, but I'm not going to change it because I don't want you to go,
Okay.
hey, you fucking cheating me again.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to say that Lazo wins the game because you only got 3. You only got 3, and you are going to be shocked.
Yeah.
Right?
So when you said that earlier, I was going to be shocked at it.
Yeah. So the scores on the doors now then, right, is now junior 27, senior 16. So I've made up.
Still got at least a 2-week gap.
Still got a long way to go. Still got a long way to go. Right. So here is your top 10. Right.
Okay.
Number 1 is Tony Hand, 2.3 points per game. All right.
Something else.
Then it's John Haig, 2.261.
That high.
Second.
Wow.
Yeah. Regular season. Right.
Yeah.
Third is Teeder, 2.163.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Fourth. Yeah. So it's Tony, then John Haig, then Teeder.
Jesus, no John Dolan on this list.
Then it's Ken Priestley.
Fuck, I thought him too.
At 2.152.
Yeah.
Then it's Mike Harding, 2 points per game.
Many
average.
games did he play?
I never looked at the number of games.
It's only about 16 games or something. He never played many at all.
Yeah. Number 6, Scott Young.
Oh, I didn't even thought of Paddy.
1.842.
Yeah, say Paddy Lockie next to you.
Number 7, Andy Samuel.
I thought about Andy Samuel.
1.805. In 8th place, Sammy Ryan at 1.686 points per game. 9th, Mum's favourite, Dan Ratushny.
Oh, Dan Ratushny.
1.632. And in 10th place, probably on the level with Teeter as Daddy's favourite, Mikko Inkinen.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking
1.619 points per game.
You think thought process of BNL first couple of years where big point scorers only maybe played 1 or 2 seasons. Really, really surprised John Dolan's not on that list.
Have a guess where John is. Have a guess.
So if he's not in the top 10, I'm going to say something like 19 or 20.
40th.
Wow.
40th.
That's mental.
Yeah. Now, when I looked at it and I thought, right, this is maybe a good one to go for, because straight away I went JD as well. But you probably need to remember the number of games that JD, certainly when we went Elite League, sat on the bench and got not a lot of ice time. Didn't score a lot of goals, a lot of points. He was sort of third line. Yeah. And that's
what his SNL I was thinking about,
Yeah. And this may lead on quite nicely to another wee sort of segment that we might be able to bring in and announce. We can announce it tonight if you want. Who is 11th on the list?
Who's 11th on the list? Well, I think I now know who 11th on the list is. Larzo, seeing as it's your good old buddy, I will give you the honour.
11th on the list is Callie Robertson's dad, Ian Robertson, at 1.582. 11th all time, which leads us in nicely to say that we have been in discussions with Robo Senior, and Robo Senior has kindly accepted to come on to the show when we can get someone arranged over the next couple of weeks based on Ian's work, my shift pattern. So we are delighted to announce that the first guest on A View from Section C is going to be Ian Robertson, ex-Dundee Stars, former
Dundee Stars head
coach, player. Yep.
And all-round Stars legend.
Yep. And the dad of current Stars player, Callie. So you heard it here first. Ian is delighted to come on.
Did you know, and a lot of people listening to this might think, Junior, what the fuck? I've only just found out that Callie's not Callie's real name.
You're embarrassing.
It's Callum.
Oh my, you just sussed that.
Never knew. Just thought his name was Callie.
No.
Never go away.
Absolute sausage.
Just thought it was Callie. Hey, listen, names nowadays could be absolutely anything, so it could be.
Yeah, I suppose.
But yeah, so it'd be good to get Robo on. We'll say we'll discuss about his time at the Stars, kind of how he feels with Callie being on the ice and stuff, and continuing that Robertson legacy within the Stars organisation.
Yep.
Probably this season's team, and we'll probably discuss a wee bit about teammates of the past that he's played with, and
players he's played against, things like that. So
we'll try our best not to speak about Fife as much, because obviously he's probably a Flyers legend more than a Stars legend, but we can leave that out.
But what's quite interesting when I'm messaging Ian and he speaks about Dundee, he uses the words "we."
Yeah,
he doesn't say Stars. Doesn't at Dundee? It's "we." So good on him. Yeah. And he's been in around Stars ice hockey for a while himself.
Even just Dundee hockey, even playing against them back in the days.
Yeah.
Absolute. We say a Stars legend, we say a Fife legend. More than anything, he's a British hockey legend.
He's a that's it. So, that's it. When you start for the younger sort of fraternity, I'll well, maybe not even know that Callie's dad even played the game. But when you speak about British, born and bred British players, none of this, I've got a passport, or you can play, and all this stuff. When you speak about British players, Ian Robertson's name always comes up. Yeah, there's something no right of him, Hagee, Davey, they guys, and the Fifers, Wishy, they're all Fifers, Andy Samuel, and then you've got JD, then you go further back, you've got Jimmy Penny, Cook, guys like that, and you can go even further back, but of that era, we Robo and guys like that, if his name doesn't come up, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
That's how good he was.
Yeah, no, I feel privileged and lucky enough even just to see him at the end of his career. And although it was only, Northern League, Celtic League, SNL kind of level, it was still an absolute honour to watch somebody that calibre play hockey, and you can see he was still good even at the end of his career.
Yeah. You embarrass yourself there with Callie, right? Because you didn't know it was Callum, right? I actually saw a photo on Facebook the other day, and I never knew this, and I was quite embarrassed when I looked at it. And it was Paul Burton's birthday, right? Okay. And Robo put a photo up, and it was when Robo and Paul played together at Fife Flyers.
Yeah.
I did not know Paul Burton played for Fife Flyers.
Hold on.
Until I seen that photo. Yeah.
No, I knew that. But just Robo, what a player. So it'd be good to get him on and have a banter about things.
He's probably sitting there cringing right now, going, "Oh, they've built me up." And the only thing is, right, thinking they're going to need subtitles for my Fife accent.
Fine. We might get Shannon on that week as a translator.
Only joking, mate. Listen, you're more than welcome. We'll translate for you. So that's my announcement for this week. We've got a guest lined up, ready to go. It's just trying to get it arranged through everybody's shifts.
I'll not be next week because
I'm on the back shift. So, I'm on the back shift.
But we will. We'll get him on hopefully in a couple of weeks' time, and hopefully next weekend next week's podcast we're speaking again about hopefully a 4-point weekend, if not at least a 3, and a win over the Manchester Storm being one of them, and hopefully moving up that table again.
Yeah, and the main thing is 1,600 people approximately will be in that ice rink. This is Friday night, so I'm going to say tomorrow night against Manchester, and I'm expecting 1,600 people to be given Springer shite.
Yeah, I'm also some potentially leaked news from Stars training today from a fan that was at the training. A certain long-term injured player was back on the defensive pairings.
Oh.
Here's hoping, fingers crossed. Be good to see it happen this weekend.
I wonder.
But if not, then obviously precaution.
Then he's getting close.
Come first.
He must be getting close.
He must be close. It'd be great to see Chris back out there. But here's hoping Gabe's back and there's nothing too seriously wrong with Poirier. Hopefully we've got a fullish roster again for the weekend. But hopefully 4 points and hopefully sitting here with more smiles on our face again next week.
Yeah. As I say, it'll be good to see a lot more people on the ice rink tomorrow. Let's bring the noise. Hashtag Operation Sellout.
Operation Sellout. If you've not got your tickets, get them now.
Yes.
Or I'll send my mum round to you.
I think we maybe better just stop this right now on that note.
On that note, have a good week. Have a great weekend, and hopefully it is a great weekend. And we will see you next week.
Cheers. Bye-bye.